What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Chris out here on the Gold Wing. And I'm out here on the Gold Wing. And today would be Friday, October the 2nd. And today I would like to recognize a lady motorcycle rider by the name of Danell Lynn. A lady motorcycle rider by the name of Danell Lynn. And she's going into the Guinness Book of World Records, being the first solo female motorcycle rider to travel across one country here in America all by herself, logging over 50,000 miles in a 365-day period. 50,000 miles in a one-year period. And I'm not talking about riding from California to New York, you know, a 3,000-mile ride. I mean, I'm talking about zigzagging across the country from state to state. Zigzagging across this country from state to state. I mean, that is amazing. I was reading a story on her, man, and it inspired me. You know, this lady let the lease run out on her apartment. She saved up money for a couple of years, and she took off by herself for a whole year out there by herself on a Triumph Bonneville 2006 motorcycle. Now, I'm not talking about an elaborate motorcycle that's set up to make long distance runs like the Gold Wing. You know, I'm talking about a 2006 Triumph Bonneville motorcycle. It kind of reminded me of my Harley Sportster that I had. I mean, the bike didn't have no saddlebags on it. It didn't have no wind fairings on it. I mean, the only thing this bike had on it was a nice big windshield and all of her things that she packed on the bike. You know, all of her bags and things like that. But it wasn't elaborate. It wasn't any elaborate setup. You know, and it's to my understanding she had to change tires at least 11 times. You know, she went through 11 tires. And I mean, it's just amazing, man. You know, she was just out there, man, with her lone rider tent by herself, you know, going into different campgrounds. I mean, and I think one particular campground she went to, they was out of space. It was at night, and a nice couple let her stay with them at that particular campground. I mean, the support was just overwhelming, and it inspired me. You know, I too one day want to get on the Gold Wing. I would like to ride out maybe west or something. You know, I would like to see the Grand Canyon, you know, Niagara Falls, you know, maybe even ride down to the Florida Keys. This lady, all by herself, rode across this country, touching every state, just in a zigzag formation. I'm not sure, you know, how her route was planned, but in a one-year period, man, she went all across this country, logging over 50,000 miles by herself. I mean, I just can't even imagine that, man. You know, it inspires me. When I was reading the story, man, it touched me, dude. You know, when I was reading that story, it just touched me. You know, all by herself. I cannot imagine being out on a road like that, just going from state to state, staying in campgrounds by myself. And I think in some parts, she didn't even have cell phone coverage. I mean, that takes a special lady to do that, man. And my hat goes off to her. And, man, you guys need to read the story about her. It just inspired me. For any of you guys out there that's thinking about buying a motorcycle, you know, and you're a little bit worried about riding, this lady rode over 50,000 miles by herself during a course of a one-year period. I mean, all through the winter time. And she had some small mishaps or whatever on the bike. I mean, you got to check out the story. I don't want to give you guys the whole entire story. I'll let you guys just read the story for yourselves. It is very interesting. So again, I just like to recognize Danell Lynn. And I think she's of Phoenix, Arizona. At least that's where she was living when she let her lease run out on her apartment. And my hat goes off to her, man, being the first female solo motorcycle rider that would be going into Guinness Book of World Record for riding across one country and logging those many miles. Now, she's not the first person to ever do this. They had a lady in India that logged, I think, somewhere around 23,000 miles. But Danell covered twice the distance. I mean, that's amazing. And, that inspires me. And for any of you guys that's thinking about buying a motorcycle, or for any of you guys that maybe have a motorcycle and you're thinking about maybe doing some cross-country touring, man, think about this lady that rode her bike over 50,000 miles during the course of 1 year, going from state to state all by herself. I mean, it's amazing, man. But anyway, I'll put a link down in the description below, and you guys could drop me some comments down in the comment section below and let me know what you think about it. Give me your thoughts about riding a motorcycle for over a year, or being out on the road for a year, logging over 50,000 miles. I am very interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys at this time. This is your boy Chris, out here on the Gold Wing. And I'm out here on the Gold Wing. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya. I can see it now. Look, baby, we're going to sell our house. We're going to sell our cars. We're going to sell all our possessions. And we're going to get on the Gold Wing. And we're going to ride across this country. We're going to stay out for at least a year. We're going to log over 50,000 miles. And you cannot get your hair done. You can't get your hair fixed. I can see it now. I'll be sleeping with the Gold Wing.